This video is about to get very surgical, so stay with me, okay? With the Clipse just dropping that new music video, so be it. It's #1 trending on YouTube. The people are loving it. It's going crazy. It's sparking a whole bunch of conversation. You feel me? There's a lot of hype around this Clipse album. Now, this is putting Drake in another difficult situation because the very person who's gaining this hype is the same person he's been censoring for so long that there's no telling what Pusha T is gonna say on this album. There's no telling what Pusha T is gonna do. Pusha T has been saying that he's not taking no more shots at Drake or allowing Drake to bait him back into a battle, right? But bro, there's no telling what Pusha T is about to do. Because of this, Drake is in a very difficult situation and it's gonna force him to take big risk like he's been taking this whole time. I think the risk that Drake is about to take is attempting to step on the Clipse album with his own album. And trust me, I got a lot of things that point to the fact that this is probably going to happen, okay? If you ain't hit that like button yet, hit that like button. Let's get to it. Now, at this point, we should all know that the Clipse album, produced by Pharrell, is coming out on July 11th. Now, y'all probably forgot, but something else is happening on July 11th. As a matter of fact, it was announced around the time Kendrick Lamar announced that he was performing back-to-back nights in Toronto, the Wireless Festival. The Wireless Festival is going to be happening on July 11th through the 13th. Now, initially I thought, okay, maybe the Clipse and Pharrell decided to do this on the day of the festival. You see what I'm saying? But then I thought it's probably more plausible that Drake got word on the release date of this album, right? And then created a distraction for when that day takes place. Now, that sounds crazy, but once we start putting together the context clues, it'll make a lot more sense. Think about all the stuff that we've learned about this hip hop industry and what has been happening behind the scenes. There was a lot of reasons people couldn't understand why Pusha T was not responding to Drake when he was subliminally dissing him, right? Just to find out that Drake was censoring him. We also found out recently that Drake was trying to offer the OVO Fest to the Rogers Center so that he could cancel Kendrick Lamar's show in the Rogers Center. Y'all don't think Wireless would have a conversation with Drake and potentially adjust the schedule? Y'all don't think that Drake has the type of power for this type of festival to shift the schedule? I believe that he does. Absolutely. I believe it. He says, I'm not going to be able to make it on July 8th. Can we move it to July 11th? Because Drake is who he is, Wireless is going to do that. Like that be happening in the battle rap world. I know shit like that happens in the music industry. On top of that, think about every move Drake has made after a major announcement came for Kendrick or after a major accomplishment came for Kendrick. He did whatever he could to distract people from this. Whether it was announcing a Kai Cenat stream on the same day or dropping the lawsuit on the same day as the Squabble Up video. He's been doing the same thing the whole time. So why would it be outside of his pattern to get this show booked on the same day that the Clipse album is dropping? My next point is this Iceman album that's supposed to be coming out, right? This album has been quietly getting a lot of promo. If you ain't been paying attention, if you go on these pages, especially on Twitter, every other day they're posting about Iceman. This hasn't been announced or nothing. That's because Drake is feeding them the information. Drake's camp is feeding them the information on what's about to happen. You see what I'm saying? Now, why would Iceman need a release date if he's gonna drop around the same time as the Clipse album? Think about it. A lot of people say that Kendrick Lamar is the one dragging the battle, right? When the reality is Drake. Drake is the one that's dragging the battle because everything that Kendrick Lamar does, Drake makes sure he has an announcement or something to counter it or to bring attention to himself at the same time. I think he's gonna do the same thing with this Clipse moment. He understands if Kendrick is on that album, it's going to go to another stratosphere, bruh. The hype around Kendrick Lamar verses is crazy right now. His features are crazy right now. Drake can't afford for Pusha T to get all of this hype. Drake can't afford for Pusha T to gain more exposure, which would then give him more power. Drake can't afford this because of all the things he's been doing to Pusha T behind the scenes. If Drake can attach himself to this situation and even drop a decent album, his fans will push the narrative for him. You see what I'm saying? Which will then bring extra hype to his album, even though people probably weren't going to listen to it previously, which is fine. I think that's the spirit of hip hop. If it's the spirit of competition and this is a competitive thing, that's great. But we all know that Drake is not on that type of time. Drake is more about protecting the brand and trying to get back in position. This is why I think there is no release date, because it's probably gonna be a surprise drop or announced right before it drops. And then we got the most obvious clue in the book, bro. The most obvious clue in the book. Kendrick Lamar is on this album. Kendrick Lamar is on this album. Ever since this battle take place, everything Kendrick does, announcements, achievements, songs, videos, whatever it is, Drake inserts himself, Drake steers attention away from, Drake does whatever he has to switch the headlines to him. For example, when GNX dropped and the Squabble Up music video came out with it, what did Drake do? They finally put out the lawsuit. They officially started suing UMG. This was to steer the headlines in the direction of Drake. When Kendrick Lamar did the Super Bowl, guess what else happened? Kanye West spent the entire time leading up to the Super Bowl destroying himself, defaming himself, ruining his own legacy in order to get in front of the success that Kendrick Lamar was having. But he was also bigging up Drake the whole time. If you think Drake had nothing to do with this at all, you've lost your mind. And they're clicking up with the same people on that side of the fence. The Luther music video drops. Another amended complaint. I Am Music comes out. And all of the pages that Drake has his thumb on were spoiling everything that was going to happen on the album, including the features, including the fact that Kendrick was going to be on the album multiple times. And DJ Academics actually did a whole stream saying this stuff too. Don't get me started on the Toronto show. Drake was throwing out headline after headline. He tried to do the Kai Cenat stream and it didn't work. You see what I'm saying? So why wouldn't he? Why would he not, based on everything that we know? This is all good evidence, especially when we talk about pattern recognition, okay? Why would he not try to step on this Clipse album? Why wouldn't that festival have been adjusted to get in front of this Clipse album? I'm just saying, it makes the most sense. This is the perfect opportunity for Drake to try to at least assert himself back into some shit with force. You see what I'm saying? Especially in a battle that he deems that he can win, because Pusha T is a smaller artist. All Drake fans care about is the numbers. They drop at the same time. Drake win the verses. His stock is back up in their eyes, etc. You see what I'm saying? It creates beautiful narratives that obviously won't last long, because Pusha T's album is going to be better. It's going to last longer. And it's going to have Kendrick Lamar and Nas on it. Yeah. Drake will probably fulfill his side, but overall, he still will be further pushed away from the culture. But that's what I think is going to happen. I'm believing in this theory, you know what I'm saying? I'm investing in this theory. I'm throwing some stock in this theory. You see what I'm saying? So we'll see if it comes true. You feel me? Sometimes I'll be right, sometimes I'll be wrong. But like, comment, subscribe, especially if you're new here, especially if you've been watching and you haven't subscribed yet. You see what I'm saying? If you haven't liked the video yet, do that before you hit your way out. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. See y'all soon.